Some blunders on the map of Vertigo. And of course, Inferno ending in a rather steadfast fashion. It's going to be Gen.G looking to bounce back after catching a big loss in the second map of the series.
Yeah, wipe the slate clean. Forget about it. If you're Gen.G, don't even consider the previous map. What previous map? This is a best of one, and it's on Train. Cloud9 on the CT side, on the T side rather, and Gen.G going to be bringing the heat. First kill from Kusta. Bomb has been dropped in the sandwich. Mossum is coming in from above as well as he looks to find Kusta in the sight. He's doing a good job on his defense too before he falls. Sonic almost trades, but actually sneaking through the smoke is Som. He's coming on a back flank, and he's still got the bomb under his control. He needs to get up the ladder quickly, and they're not going to be ready for such a high up angle, but he doesn't realize he's walked right over a player, swapping positions with OC. He's wondering, where the hell's this guy gone? There he is. Som finds the kill, and the bomb is still at his feet. Another player on 10. Som just a bullet away. He's got the info. He knows where they both are. This is a winnable round. He can finish off this job. Sonic is so low. Oh, dear. Wow. Using the stopper as cover, and he will stop Som right in his tracks. Cloud9 take the pistol round.
That they do, and you do hate to see that, Harry.
Yeah, well, you know, it doesn't quite fall into place for Gen.G there. Som definitely had a chance, but you're bang on in that Sonic was just being a nuisance around the stopper. And that finds a first on the board for Cloud9. Looking to keep the momentum swinging in their favor here. After one hell of a comeback back on Vertigo. The fact that they've already bought the heat, that certainly bodes well for them. But this round, Buntet sends one to the depths early. Nade follows up, but he does get pincered from main. Blink of an eye, and suddenly two Deegs have come through from Som.
Hey, Daps, let's not get a little too crazy here. Hold it down in the ladder. Wait for your teammate. Nope, not going to happen.
Oh,
with 1 HP in this round to Som's 29. Som has recovered a Galil. But ultimately, the bomb's still down. And Floppy just doing a little dance around the bomb train. Som set up over there towards E-Box. He's going to have a bird's eye view on the bomb train itself. And now it's just a little bit of a waiting game. However, Floppy can't wait forever. And finally, the shot comes through for Gen.G. In a round that got so close, it was almost painful.
Daps, man, that would not have felt good if Som loses that clutch, because Daps swings out of the pop dog in a 1-on-2. But yeah, it's a round, and that's what Gen.G have to remember. Whew. Oh, it's over. They found the force. No stress, no pressure, as Cloud9 now have to buy in with Deagles. We talk again often about how winning the second round is better. More so on the T side, but it's still going to hold true on this half as well, as Gen.G are now armed to the teeth with an AK and 3 M4s. Cloud9 with almost nothing. Grouping towards the halls early. And walking there as well. Gen.G have seen no progress on the out of yard, so they've rotated another man inner. Automatic has come to join Daps, and he's watching for that upper play as well.
Oh, this nade could do a lot of damage. It does tag a few players up, but Automatic is really getting pressured here. Luckily enough, he rises to the occasion and helps lock this round down. A second on the board for Gen.G. They do what Cloud9 couldn't, and they find that conversion there. So now no money over on the Cloud9 side. Gen.G should have a pretty clean path here to a 3-1 scoreline.
You would think so. Never say never, Harry Russell. Never say never.
Well, the lead is there for Gen.G, but will they hold on to it? You can only assume with Cloud9 having a single flashbang in this round. That's all they've invested, and they're going to just pop out of main. The test not even blind by it. The flash misses, and, well, his shots don't. He gets one before he falls, but a gun gifted over. Automatic makes quick work of anyone who even looks in it. And JT, only a Glock, gets about as much done as you'd expect. 3-1 lead for Gen.G, all off of the back of winning the second round force buy. And now Cloud9 are coming in with guns.
Now, gentlemen, what do we know about the last time that these two teams faced off on the map of Train?
It did go all 30 rounds, Trace. It did go the distance.
Did it now?
Yes, it was, in fact, a 16-14, as 30 rounds often are, going in the way of Gen.G. So there's always that to remember, but I'm not going to assume anything at this point.
You know what they say about assumptions, so you don't want to do that, Hugo. Definitely don't want to do that. Floppy thought about setting up for a smoke there. Now that the windows are broken, It's going to be a little bit more of a waiting game, just to see who moves their chess piece into the wrong place first. In the semi-final.
They want to split outer here. Cloud9 have 2 Ivy, and they're taking the pop dog as well. Kusa's just stalled out for so long. And Automatic has pushed main as well. Gen.G have a good bit of info, but I don't know if they realize this is going to be an A play. They still have 2 inner. Now Sonic makes his presence known. He gets 2, Bentet jumps. The scroll wheel bites him back, and OC opens up for Ivy as well. Cloud9 are all over this site from every direction. What an excellent execute as it's left Som on his own.
Well, you know, somebody once told me.
What did they tell you?
That Cloud9 are going to be all-stars in this round. And look what happened. It's pretty easy to see. Cloud9 will be putting a second up on the board. Not much here for Som to work with. He's going to get out, and that's it.
I mean, imagine sleeping on Cloud9. No one would do that.
I can't even begin to imagine to sleep on Cloud9.
Harry's here as well, by the way.
He hasn't said anything in a while.
No. Well, you know, just for biding my time. I tried to get a word in a moment ago, but, you know, Hugo was having like a nice little monologue, and who am I to interrupt that? So, a second on the board for Cloud9.
Tech W.
May I not have been eating some bread as well? Or Brod. I learned it was that in German. So, there you go.
You have been trying to learn a little German, haven't you? A little bit of Duolingo.
Just a little bit while I'm out here.
Why don't you flex a line on us, Bitta?
No, definitely not going to do that. But I did learn that Bitta means please.
Yes,
so
there you go.
Oh, he's already got progress from yesterday.
Yeah, we can check in every day and see how it's coming along. Probably won't be very good for at least a year. So, yeah, it really is a long project. And, well, Gen.G, they're in for the long haul as well. They've got this investment in this round, but if they don't manage to pick it up, they will be on an eco in the next. And so that there could be the springboard that Cloud9 look to jump off of to take this lead. Martin down towards Ivy, set up here, does have OC alongside him as well, playing that anti-flash position. And amongst all of this, upper control has been taken by the Cloud9 side, outside of the B-bomb site as well. So they've really got a foothold all across the map, and their options are open to them early on with this default.
The old smoke on a molly. Bentet will not let them pass. Cloud9 have to wait out the utility in this round. Couple of players selling a bit of a B fake here. You'll notice that bomb is still in T-spawn, so I imagine this is coming into the outer yard. Ivy pressure coming in, double smokes on B. This should draw a rotation. Gen.G expecting another B play. Cloud9 have gone for a couple of them, but it's a fake. Bentet's gone up the ladder to flank. He will at least get that info, but he's dead immediately. Gen.G have to run right back into A, but Ivy has been conceded. That earlier take has paid off as Floppy and Motto get a kill apiece. Som with 1 is only good for 1, and now it is going to be left on the shoulders of Daps, the in-game leader here for Gen.G. A 1-on-3. Bomb getting planted. He's got a 1-on-1 here on Ivy first. Quick, clean, everything in between is Cloud9 finding 3. I love that B fake as well, right? Like that, Gen.G fully fell for it. And even though Bentet goes up ladder, like he can win that round there, right? If he gets 2 kills, if he mows them down on a spray down, maybe Gen.G win that round. But even though he dies, he gets the information. Gen.G rotate fast, but because of Cloud9 setting Motum and Floppy up in Ivy early to take that position to feign a B fake with some CT wrap, they actually just get into backtracks and cut off all the rotations. So Gen.G can't even get back into their own site.
OC's opened this round up with the AWP. Motum is wasting no time getting stuck in with the MAC-10, but he actually does get it stuck to him. Sonic here, and now actually just ruining everyone's day. Does deliver a double. Cloud9 take themselves the lead, and they go 4-3 up. So Gen.G, a problem starting to emerge here. They are able to win that second round force buy. They found 2 conversions on the back of it, but since the rifles have come out, since it's been the big boy rounds, Cloud9 have stood head and shoulders above them. And is that set to continue? Som does bring the AWP out now for Gen.G. He will be running at glass cannon. That's something to bear in mind, especially if he's relied upon later in the round. And a fast play from Motum. already very, very deep, and now an Ivy Smoke falling to give him a veil to hide behind. This is already far deeper than anyone from Gen.G looks ready for, but actually, as I say that, Kuster has flicked on round to keep an eye on an aggressive green player. Now, Martin able to win that fight, just being a nuisance here. These 2 kills are more than enough from him because the rest of Cloud9 are looking to get stuck in at the B bomb site, but they've changed their mind. They go back. Buntet at the E-box might go unaccounted for, and this could be a disaster. Som has helped out, and suddenly Motum, the man who looked to start this round for Cloud9, is the man left to try and end it as well, but Buntet's looking the wrong way. Gets completely blindsided. Motum on for 3. Daps comes in with the wide peak and does get that trade, so Gen.G straight away are able to put a round back on the board, save double AWPs as well. Gonna have armor behind them in this round. And so this game just continues to be neck and neck.
Yeah, that was a weird one, right? Motum gets 2 and he smokes himself off and tries to wait for his team, but at that point, Floppy makes or tries to make a play. He peeks out up a B in expectation that Gen.G had rotated because of Motum, and they hadn't. Som gets a kill with the AWP, and then off of the back of that kill, Cloud9 actually go right back into A. They don't want to commit to the B site, and they walk into the stack. That's where Gen.G had rotated because of Motum. So even though Floppy died there on that peak, I think if Cloud9 commit B, they probably win the round. So that's an unfortunate one. For Som, still no armor. He dropped a gun in this round, so he couldn't buy it back up. But he got 2 in the previous with the same setup. So let's see what he can do here. JT's pushed. Kuster is waiting on the edge of the smoke, and he's got a frag before he fades away. Som with a wallbang headshot through the glass. Glass is Motum out of the round. Jumping on the site is Sonic, and he's been spotted as well. His team falling apart, but taking a kill, and Sonic will trade, but he hears the orb drop out of heaven. Som is just playing with his food right now, going up and down, won't commit. Sonic spotted him. But Cloud9 now going silent, wondering where those other players are. Oh, dear.
Oh, second time around is a charm for OC, now trying to go toe-to-toe with Automatic. And he goes back in, a bit of damage exchange, but not quite the killing blow. There's Daps to deal it. And 5 on the board for Gen.G. Another CT round going their way, and this one having some long-reaching implications, even coming through into round number 10. The money is gone for Cloud9.
Nice to see Daps choosing to rotate through connector this time, right? Like, that's the thing. As an inner player on this map, you need to stay dynamic with how you rotate into outer yard. He's got on these pop flanks quite a lot, and Cloud9 are going to start reading it. So coming through connector in that one, spicing it up, changing things around, and keeping Cloud9 on their toes. He mows them down both as they try and get towards B. Now, Cloud9 getting towards B in a bit of a faster affair. Daps hears it all. Molly's the ramp and the smoke on it. Automatic doubles down with a kill. And 2 for 1. Finds a third. And that will be the round instantly for Gen.G. Cloud9 at least make those Glocks quick and clean.
Yeah, Daps having a nice recovery as well, right? He finished Vertigo, bottom of the board for Gen.G in a very big way, right? Wasn't even able to reach double digits in that map. And so seeing him arrive on train, you know, being, I think it was like 0-4 down at one point in time, I was a little bit worried that it was the same Daps from Vertigo, but starting to find his footing now a little bit more. You know, with Daps, you're not needing a mad fragger. You don't need him to put up 25 kills.
But you do need him direct traffic. That's what you need from him. And right now, he's got some supercars in the garage. We're talking about the likes of Tim Ta, Automatic. Bintet.
Do you call him Tim Ta? Do you mean Automatic? Is it just, you know, knowing pro is not even a big deal for you? Or
That's basically
like that?
What it is. You know, okay. I know pros, so
First
it's really not
basis.
a big deal to call them by their first name. Like Chris De Jong, you know, like that guy.
You and him go way back?
Best bros, actually. So.
Oh, well, Automatic in this round. Mr. Ta lighting up this ramp area. Daps is here as well, and he rises to the occasion. Floppy's now looking for this trade, and he does get brought down very, very low in that engagement. Tries to go for a little peek into the site and wasn't anticipating a fight from it. Automatic with 3. He's really come alive in these last few rounds for Gen.G. This AWP really making its presence known. Sonic in a 1v4, and he's looking for anything. Anything Gen.G will give him. And the problem is Gen.G, they're not in the giving business, they're in the taking business. And right now, business is a-booming. Sonic, what can he even do here? The answer, well, we'll have to find out, but probably not going to be much. This bomb out in the open, everyone with their sights trained on it. And Sonic knows this is an undoable round, right? It's not nice to admit it, but he's got to Hold on to this AK, keep it into the next. 7 now on the board for Gen.G. They make quick work of that full buy round from Cloud9.
Yeah, Automatic, he was, as you said, top back on Vertigo, 26 and 19, top of the server despite losing. Often in, playing middle and having to save his AWP as the A site got lost for Gen.G. But right here, on train, he is feeling very at home. 4-on-1, opening duels, 5 multi-kill rounds, and just continuing to add kills to the board. 15 and 6 by the end of things, or 14 and 6 rather by the end of things. It's just going to take the round for Gen.G. This is great to see him on the AWP and having so much success with it. Cloud9, hero gun saved from the previous, relying on Sonic to do a lot here as pistols are around this buy. Outer smokes for Cloud9. Sonic is going to be coming in through the pop dog potentially and trying to get control of Yard. But notice Kusta has pushed into main and he's got a lot of real estate here. That's going to cut off these 3 players in spawn as they go for the execute.
One thing that's really helped here for the side of Gen.G is the fact that Automatic's currently, going into this round, he's sitting 4-1 in opening duels. He's got 5 multi-kill rounds, 2 kills or more, so he's doing his part. He's putting up impressive numbers, even though it was a little bit of a slower start. Now just trying to creep out onto the upper side of the inside site. Floppy, and of course, this entire thing is in shambles. There's JT left, and there's nowhere for him to go and nothing to do.
I like the idea there for Cloud9. The idea is they throw the outer smokes. They hope the Gen.G rotate one of those inner players away, because do notice, when Gen.G don't see an instant rush for Cloud9, they default to double inner. And so Cloud9 are trying to affect that. They're trying to draw one of the players away. But not only do they not draw a player away, but they're hoping Sonic can run out of upper and get some kills and freestyle, open up the site. He's instantly killed by the AWP, and Automatic finding a frag in the round. Both players on B dealing with the 2 of Cloud9, and then, past that point, it's the T-spawn Glocks running through halls. Good luck. Great half so far for Gen.G, 8-4, but these last 3 rounds are worth their weight in gold. Don't want to go 8-7. That's suddenly no longer a good half.
I almost wonder if Cloud9 are maybe going to plan to try and use some of this pop dog aggression that Buntet's been showing against Gen.G, right? Like, even in that round there, they discovered that he's gone up pop on the back of seeing him late in that rotation. And even when you think about, that round where Buntet comes up behind those 2 players in upper, right? He's been doing it a hell of a lot. And to mixed success, and maybe Cloud9 are going to look to try and use it to their advantage at some point in the future. Floppy set up outside of the B bomb site early on, flashed in for that peak, but Gen.G with the majority over here towards the A bomb site. That might be the right read. Buntet and Sonic, they don't know it, but they're very close to one another here in main. Buntet actually deciding against holding that aggressive position. And that's why.
The re-smoke will keep Cloud9 out for a bit, but they are, playing away from this position. They're hoping that Gen.G, seeing nothing on A, will be playing this double inner, and they do. Automatic's on Yard, though, and that's good to see. We've got 1 AWP on B, of course, but Som has a fast rotation available for him. Automatic can't see anything towards Ivy with the Molly smoke combo, and Cloud9 can get CT if they want with that. That's the aim of the game. Motum behind enemy lines, but this time Gen.G are going to try and deal with it. Look at them throwing bodies at the problem. Kusta's coming in to kill him, and he does. Now Cloud9's hit on the A site is a little bit weaker. It's just a default T-con push, and Automatic should be ready for it. Kusta's dropped the bomb. Floppy on a wraparound. No one's watching it, but the cover is there. Kusta almost gets picked up, but his teammate has his back. And that's going to be Gen.G finding 9, breaking the money once again of Cloud9, who might just buy straight in, considering 4,300 on most of these players. It'd be enough. And yeah, they're going to go for it. They're fighting for as many rounds as they can on this T side right now.
Yeah, the last 6 going the way of Gen.G. And that's presenting a bit of a problem here for this Cloud9 squad. As you were saying, right, don't the stats dictate that they usually win out this T side, at least historically?
Yeah, this is where they're trying to make their stand, it seems,
Yeah, and even when you think about something like momentum, right, and how for Cloud9 it was really picking up at the end of Vertigo, well, now it's really been slammed back down to earth. Do they have it in them to recuperate some of these rounds? Sonic certainly seems to think so, but the trade or equalizer at least in from Som. It's a very fast A play, getting in the face of Gen.G, and that's where Cloud9 look to do their best work.
Hello.
Daps is waiting up on the boost, and he does deal with this pesky Sonic inside of the site, but it's still a man down in this A-site hold now for Gen.G. Daps is playing a pivotal role here. If he's not able to really take one more down to the grave with him, Automatic is probably forced into a save. I mean, money's fine, right? So he can kind of float around. Daps dispatching a floppy.
Oh, look at Motum.
Motum could decide this round, but Automatic has a bit of an inkling, goes back in and does spot the player pushed in through Ivy. Knowing, though, that there's a man here, might not be enough for Gen.G to find the round. They still don't know the whereabouts of JT. Time is ticking away, and there's the first tap of the bomb. Motum forced into the open, and a 2-on-4 that Gen.G are able to get across the line. That is wild. It's Daps and Automatic to get the job done.
And I look at that and I see problem solving between Daps and Automatic. You can see that, you know, they want to play it slow. They want to play a little bit more methodical, perhaps bait that guy that's fighting from Ivy into a fight that he doesn't want, an old bomb train. But overall, they're able to stick it out. And with Automatic landing AWP shot on the guy on T-Con, that was pretty much a done deal. So last round of the half, Cloud9 not looking as sprightly here. Gen.G, on the other hand,
Pretty good. Yeah, this is the last round though, and Cloud9, they got a bomb plant, they got money. They lost track of Daps in the previous round, and that was a bit of a problem. But looks to be a further one, but only good for one. Daps has come in on that con rotate as well. No more pop flanks in this half as the bomb gets planted quicker this time. Cloud9 don't wait around to stick the numbers down, and OC will find some above the train. This should surely be a Cloud9 round. Back-to-back 2-on-4s from Daps and Automatic. I'm not counting on it. We'll see what they can do. Full util, the AWP as well. Instant dink, Motum's low. Cloud9 do not want to bottle this one here. They may as well just fall off and play safe. Molly won't do anything. Motum peeks behind it, gets a kill. Automatic is gone as well. Cloud9, they salvage it, they resurge, and they find 5 at the end of the half. It's enough. Maybe we'll have to see. Join us for the rest of the semi-final in a moment.
Well, it's a semifinal here at the ESL 1 Road to Rio, and so far it's Gen.G leading in the first half of this final map of the final series of the day. In fact, it's a semifinal. So if you're just joining us, you've tuned in at an opportune time, as this is the last half of play, and we're going to see if Cloud9 can run it back here as they switch sides over to their CT side. My name is Trace. I've got Harry, and I've also got Hugo.
Hey.
And we're ready to get this party started again. No, not normally do you pause parties, but sometimes I suppose.
Yeah, the cops come, you know, you got to turn the music down. Everyone hide in the backyard. Guys, they're going.
Yeah.
Okay, they've left.
I did that a few times as a kid. I can't recall.
As a kid, Trace?
Well, maybe not as a kid, but, you know, I consider, like, I don't know, high school years.
Yeah, I'm sure you're above the legal age of 21.
Yeah, who said anything about doing anything illegal?
Not me, Trace.
You know what they say about assumptions, right?
Yeah, they do make an arse out of you and me. Well, right now, the arse might be Cloud9 if they can't come back. They pulled Vertigo all the way back 19 rounds in a row to win that map and take us to a third in this series. This is, of course, a semi-final. Grand final round the corner, taking on the winner of Liquid Furia. That game is tomorrow at 10 p.m. local, so don't miss out there. That's going to be a banger, I promise you. Liquid got 2-0'd by Furia last time they played. You know the best in NA are out for revenge, but that's all for tomorrow. Let's stick with the here and now. Gen.G dropping pop with a double setup. They're going to hit this A site fast.
Look at this. It's a split. They've already taken Pop Dog. Now they're looking to get the fight down on the bomb. Especially that of Sonic. Takes a little bit of an aggressive peek there. JT with a response. Modem playing from heaven, and the bomb's going to go down in the midst of all of the chaos.
Nice position in upper, though. Motum's going to get one to start off the retake here for Cloud9. An advantage and a kit smoke. It's a good combo on JT, but Daps could drop it. It's actually automatic to do it from a range of the P2. Daps missing this shot as the player goes up and above the stopper. Floppy gets closer, and the Glock gets more potent by the second, by the distance. And Motum, he can't buy anything. He needs time, and he's got nothing. Bintet will close it, and Gen.G will find 11. That's a pistol round locked and loaded for these guys. That might just send them over the edge.
Daps is potent. Just wait it out. I mean, that last game of Vertigo ended in such a fashion. You would have had to have seen it to believe it. But if you do want to see it, go to watch.eslgaming.com/VOD, where you can catch up on all of the action, both Counter-Strike, Dota, and other competitions going on through ESL.
Ooh. Kusta ready for the push-up B, but there's another man in the form of JT who's got a tag, looking for two. That's the magic number. The grenade might do. Smoke on the Molotov. HG's not found anything. JT with a second opportunity. They're close, and he is almost on the mark. Just about for Bintet. Great shot. Felt like JT pulled the trigger. You can hear quick typing as well. You know he's not happy after that one. I wouldn't be either. Ooh, look at the damage by Scouts. There are 3 players on 30 right now for Gen.G. This should still be their round, but if Bintet dies in the Pop Dog, ooh dear, Floppy could have an AK on this outer site, and that's where Gen.G are going. Bintet, very safe decision to not commit here. Automatic already has A, and Cloud9, Gen.G aware of the Pop Dog. They're aware of this position, and they are watching for it as well. They don't know. That's the thing. They can only assume, and it is a correct assumption, but Floppy's not actually made any noise. He's actually going up and above because Cloud9 might be looking to save in this round. Som has this scout cut off, you'd think, but OC hits the shot. And now this retake, still not happening, but Cloud9 will get away with some weapons at least.
You know, that's a topic that we actually, I think, discussed with Device, who said something along the lines of the Scout being a little OP.
Yeah, and you know, Cloud9 do the same that Astralis did in the sense of buying 3 Scouts in this round, and they found so much damage. It's really on that JT Bintet kill. If he gets that, it's a completely different round. But that gives Gen.G control over towards B. It forces Cloud9's hand to rotate, and then Automatic finds a timing out into the yard. So, yeah, it doesn't really work out there for Cloud9, but it's only a force. Don't have to worry about it. The worry is more the score than anything. They're going to have to eco another round before they have guns, and at that point, it should be a 13-5.
Should be, Harry. Really should be.
Yeah, and that's going to be one hell of a comeback, right? If Cloud9 are able to, but that is the big question mark. You know, it's really not an easy spot to be in by any stretch of the imagination. This round here and now, there's a bit of an exchange over towards B. The bomb was spotted in amongst it, but Cloud9 haven't elected to rotate. They've got 3 players here at A. They're looking for these gunfights. Gen.G slowing right down. And now, with these players trapped here, if this bomb does come out towards A, that's a little bit dangerous here for Gen.G. They don't know how many players are down here. Shouldn't be much of a problem, though, and it is getting dealt with. Ooh. And so they are able to find the conversion. 13-5. Cloud9, it really is now or never. If they want this comeback to begin, they'll have this investment now. If they lose it, they go 5-14 down with another partial investment on the horizon.
Yeah, not ideal. It's not optimal for Cloud9. Still some fight left in them. But these next few rounds, well, they're going to be very telling. Just 3 for Gen.G, and they have secured a grand final appearance here for the ESL 1 Road to Rio. And all in the effort to qualify for that big major. Rescheduled towards the end of the year. Speaking of rescheduled, any plans Kusta had in this round? Well, gonna have to give a rain check to that one. He's the first one to go out.
A quick shot from OC with the AWP, and that could be the solution for Cloud9. One of the solutions to pulling this game back. Gen.G setting up outside of B now late. They are taking their time to walk there, and that's given time for OC to post up on upper B. So good inner setup here. Floppy as well on the ramp. Been pretty quiet in this map.
But not on this team, and I think that's the part that we need to kind of hone in on, is this could very well be the end of Cloud9's run in this Road to Rio.
Yeah, if this round doesn't go their way, it most certainly could be. They are going to be stacked up against overwhelming odds, but they at least sit with a man advantage here and now. You know, the comeback's got to begin somewhere. Why can't it be in round 29? Floppy holding down the ramp, but on the rafters, players have slipped by. Buntet and him having a bit of an awkward exchange, and Daps is the man to win it out. From inside of the bomb site, a 3-on-3 now for Gen.G. This was a 5v4 round for Cloud9. Daps has clawed Gen.G back into it, but Buntet gets caught out in the front line, and now this advantage residing with Cloud9 again. Daps gets away with a lot of damage, but not the kill, and this leaves Automatic in a very hot seat indeed. The molly forces him out into the open. Cloud9, they're going to take the first in the rifle-on-rifle rounds. They put themselves as 6th on the board. And they're ready to remind us that they are still in with a shot of winning this series.
They certainly are. You cannot dismiss that. Back at it again, but this time a little less weapons on the side of Gen.G. Automatic with an AWP, so that's interesting enough. What will they buy around it? Looks like some AKs, imagine that. So, the real question is, where will they be taking the brunt of this hit? Timtaw on the op, currently sitting 20-9.
So unlucky that Buntet turned when he did. He actually had a kill almost guaranteed, but looks away, and that's when it starts to steamroll out of control for Gen.G in the 3-on-3. A chance to reset Cloud9 here. This is for the money this round. Whoever loses it is broke. And if that isn't the case of Cloud9, that might be the semi-final coming to an end. If not, if Gen.G are the one to lose this round, then Cloud9 can begin their comeback. I don't know if Sonic saw that run boost. I think he did, as the smoke popped. So knowing there's a couple at least on Ivy right now, but one of them is negligible. They might not stay. They might go back. That is pretty common. However, Dap still sits here with Som for the time being, waiting out the smoke. Rest of Gen.G above Pop Dog. They can drop and bail B if they want. Right now they're throwing this Ivy utility to set up the 2 teammates, and then they will go in with that bomb. These Ivy players are going to try and wrap CT.
Yeah, who's going to be the DJ here? Who's spinning the tracks? It looks like it's going to be Som heading towards Old Bomb. He's going to have some company here in a second. Quicker on the draw. Sonic falls. That's an AWP out of the round. Now the hands of Cloud9.
Yeah, getting this wrap in is huge, right? Because now Floppy, he's really got his attention divided, and Som still putting up numbers on the wrap round. This one's done. It's only JT left. 1v4, the site's fallen, all of his teammates are gone, and all he can do is try and hold on to this M4. You were bang on, Trey. Som gets such an important kill there in CT spawn and goes on to do some great things, right? Once he retrieves that AWP, Daps even finds JT saving, so things go from bad to worse here for Cloud9. All they're left with is $3,000 at most, or 5K on JT actually, but everyone else, you know, on around about 3 to 2K. This is not where you want to be. Not up against 14, not in the third map of this series with a grand final spot on the line.
Just 2 rounds for Gen.G. They want to end it out in a convincing fashion, it seems. But these pistols, what does Cloud9 have up their sleeve? 3 inside early on. Towards Ivy, it's going to be Sonic. And on a rotation, it's going to be Modem. It's already 4 deep on the inside. Bomb's not even anywhere close to that just yet. A real gamble here for Cloud9, and it's something that you have to do. I often like this push as well, especially if you get hyper-aggressive. You push up towards the top of the ladder, just 3, 4, 5 CTs deep even. You're going to get crazy with it. Now, they're not going to push, but they are going to be holding. Luckily for Gen.G, nobody's home, and the push will continue. Now, that could run out. That luck, that very luck, could start to spin around on its head.
Yeah, no one's holding this in any capacity, so Cloud9 can fully flank T-Spawn, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Gen.G aren't even considering it. Legs have been seen. OC knows, but he also, oh dear, oh, he's hoping that player moves out of position because otherwise he could get spotted first. He doesn't want to take a shot at feet. He wants the headshot. He wants the clean kill before you give away the fact that you've come all the way around on this wrap. OC spots one. He drops the bomb, drops the AWP rather. Kusta with a bomb is going in first with Som, and Gen.G have control of A. They're going to start to realize soon, very soon, that wait, the players are behind. They're not in front. We've got a 180. The bomb's been dropped. JT getting a kill in 30 seconds. Kusta can still save this round. He can still get this package back. JT is trying to fight tooth and nail for it. Flash off of the E-box. JT's pushed out. He's going to double back for the fight, but above the train is Bentet, and he will save the day.
And I'm just going to throw it out there. I mean, Cloud9 may have even deserved to win that round for the patience that they just endured of pushing all the way through into T-spawn. So much information. So many well-placed shots.
Especially with how long it took for Gen.G seemingly to realize they were being flanked. Like, what, you know, obviously they knew they were being flanked, but they didn't know about how many players were there. And that's the key, right? Otherwise, they would have just doubled down and committed to A and focused on that plant. But that bomb was hesitating. Luckily, it's not a problem. 15-6, 1 left for Gen.G, and a grand final is round the corner.
Oh, and JT peeking over almost delivers that opening kill to Automatic. He knows he's lucky to still be alive. And so Cloud9 double AWP into this round, split between Sonic and OC as we've come to expect. Ivy control looking to get contested by Som, but I don't imagine, and this is where Gen.G are looking to put the bulk of their forces. They rotate players back now. We might see this smoke throwing down again to try and get Som across into CT spawn. That was a nifty little smoke that I think was thrown by Kusta in the round before. Of course, falls the whole bomb and denies you that presence from the bomb site down towards the backtrack. So, curious if we see that repeat. It doesn't look like it because Gen.G have come back now, leaving this B side of the map in its entirety.
Sweet tunes coming out of the kitchen there. But the atmosphere is tense. 30 seconds. And some set-piece nades are going to come out from the side of Gen.G to include a Molotov at Ivy. It's going to be Som leading the approach from there. Rest of the team trying to come out Decon. And it's a battle. Sonic doesn't intend to lose. Quick on it so far. He's only good for 2. He gets stopped, but so does Bentet. This creates a big problem for Automatic and Som, who've let it down to 15 seconds. Clean up the mess, trying to put an end to Cloud9 right here. Just 10 seconds on the clock. Big kill for Tim.
Dear.
He needed that one, but the bomb, will it be planted in time? I don't think so. It's gonna be close.
They got it.
Oh, man. So there you have it. That creates what is probably the end here. Automatic, very low, floppy. Looks for the kills, but he's been spotted now. And it's Tim to shut it down. 16-6. We have a grand finalist. Gen.G